G'day guys, quick little video today, having a look at different sorts of camp chairs. Not really looking at the brands as such, but the different styles that you can get. Right from the little tiny portables like this, that are not suitable for people like me, to the big dash chairs that I'm sitting on here. There's a big solid Aldi chair, we have some director's chairs, and what is surprisingly, I think the best chair we've ever had. And it comes from Kmart, but a long time ago. Yeah, I don't think you can get them anymore, which is a very sad thing because it's a damn good chair. And we'll have a look at that probably first. We got this chair second hand. It came with a little trailer that we use with the coaster. And it's been a very, very durable and a very comfortable chair to sit in. As I say, it was done by Kmart, but obviously a long time ago when they used to do really good gear. It's solid, it's very comfortable to sit in. A lot of these fold-out chairs that fold up this way into a small package are tight across the back of your legs, but as you can see with this one, hopefully, it's got a nice flat edge there, so when you sit down, you're not getting that cutting into the back of your legs, as happens with the other chair here, which is the Aldi one. That tends to be a little bit too high across the front for people with shorter legs like me. But it's very sad to think you can't get these anymore, probably because they lasted for ages and ages and were too good. It's mostly a metal frame, strong canvas, never had the canvas give way, which is usually the first thing to give up on these sorts of chairs. As you can see, it's got some back pieces here that have given way. That is where the upper support used to go. But there's some built-in redundancy with it, because all I had to do was unpick the canvas here and slide the bar up into there, and the canvas is very strong. So the rubber didn't last all that long. Well, I suppose it did last quite a long time, but it did eventually give up. But it's still a good, usable chair. And as you can see, there's a zip tie around here. The thing that often gives up on chairs are these plastic connections, and one of these snapped. And I was sitting on it for a long time before I even realised what had happened. But now I've slapped a couple of zip ties on it, and it works perfectly. It's really quite amazing. It's got very sturdy metal arms. It's got decent sized feet. They're not too bad, they don't dig in. As you can see, we've got a bit more splitting going on here with the plastic, and that's, well, expected with the age of this. This has to be well in excess of 10 years old, and it's probably a chair that's lasted longer than anything else we've ever had. So that style isn't necessarily bad. We don't like this style normally, but these ones have turned out to be very comfortable and very durable. We'll put that one aside, and we'll have a look at a very similar one from Aldi. Now, I usually like Aldi gear, but I'm not dead keen on this. It's okay. It's not expensive. Now all I've got to do is work out where the clips are. It's not an expensive chair, about $40–50 I think it was. It's relatively comfortable, I'll say. It folds up into a reasonably okay size. It's a little bit bulky. It's a little bit heavy. But the thing I don't like about this particular chair, and a lot of this style of chairs, let's see if we can open it up again now. It's always a bit of fun. As you can see, it's got a couple of locking clips in the back there. The thing I really don't like about this style of chair is the fact that this bit here is too tight, and for people like me with short legs, that is actually digging into the back of my legs. My feet are more or less off the ground. I can put them on the ground, but it increases the pressure on the back of my legs. So it's not brilliant. Other aspects of the chair are quite good. There's a number of pockets on it. We have an insulated pocket there for holding your tinnies or your drinks. One here probably for glasses, and that's reading glasses. We have one here for a book, and one for a second tinny. Isn't that good? You don't even have to get up and go to the fridge for your second tinny. You can just keep it in there. The cover is kept in the top so you don't lose your cover, and it acts as a bit of padding, so the cover for it's in there. So this one, the main complaint is this part here, that just sort of, for people with shorter legs like me, it just puts that pressure on the back of your legs, which I don't find very comfortable. In every other respect, this is a good solid little chair. Very stable, good on sand. So I guess it's a fairly minor complaint for people who have shorter legs. Now I have another one here, and I really actually don't know what this is because we just picked it up from the op shop. It's an Anko, okay. So this is a newer Kmart chair. What did we pay for this? I can't see the price on it. It wouldn't have been very much. I think we paid about $5 or $6 for it. Chairs from op shops. Oh, here we go. Oh no, we paid $10. It's actually fairly high for what we usually pay. I don't think I've actually sat on this one properly yet. It looks pretty new. I don't think it's been used much. I don't know why they got rid of it. It's similar to the Audi chair, very similar looking. You can even see those clips at the back here that look the same as the Audi chair, to be quite honest. Now let's see, I haven't actually sat in this one yet. It's good and wide. It's got one thing to look for when you're buying chairs is a solid back so the wind doesn't get into your back. So let's have a try this one and see how she goes. Yeah, same problem. Exactly the same problem as the Audi. I can put my feet down better than the Audi, but I still got that feeling of this part of the chair digging into the back of my leg. Now, people who've got long legs, you're not going to have a problem with them because your legs will be up here somewhere. But yeah, my short little legs are not great for these sorts of chairs. Unlike the Audi one, this one's got no additional pockets and nowhere to put the cover. There is a bit of a padded pillow there. Your head is not going to be in that space there. I don't know what the point of that is. You've got to be very short to rest your head on that one. But in other respects, I suppose quite similar to the Audi chair. Big flat feet that are not too bad on sand, and it folds up in the same way. It's actually, I think, a similar size to the Audi one. Let's bring them both together. The Audi is considerably heavier, which I would imagine means it's stronger. The Audi is a bit taller, I would say, and a bit stronger, definitely heavier than the Kmart one. Now, this one was another one we got from an app shop, and I think this one was about a similar sort of price, around the $10 mark. I picked it up because it's a Dash chair. Dash is a well-known brand and generally seems to be quite good quality. I don't find this one very comfortable though. The trouble with it is, this part here is on too much of an angle, and you've only just got this part here to sit on. So it's pushing you forward, and if you want to sit upright, you can't because of this section. It is padded, and it's another one of those fold-up chairs, although this one has got the floppy arms. It's a very high chair, so when you sit down, well, you can almost rest your head on the pillow, but not quite. Although some shorter people will, because I've got rather a long body and short legs, so I'm built incorrectly. Just looking at this, there is an emerging problem there with the end of that should be tucked into the canvas, and it's just come away a little bit there, I think. Yeah, the other one's holding on. So there is a little bit of a problem there. That needs to be restitched. But in other respects, it's okay. You've got one holder here for your drink. Soft arms, they're not too bad. And you can, if you want a chair that you can relax in, it's okay, but it's not good for my back. I cannot sit in that position for very long without my back screaming at me to get up. So yeah, I can see there's one slight problem there developing. That needs to be just stitched. It's not a big deal, we can do that. But it's a big, rather cumbersome chair. As you can see, compared to the Aldi one, it's very tall. It stands up a long way, so a little bit harder to pack. It does have nice big feet on it, so you can sit on the sand pretty well. And you do have pocket there, pocket there, pocket there. So that's not too bad. Nothing on the other side, but it's an okay chair. I'm not going to rate it highly. I don't know what these cost. Dash are generally not expensive, but as I say, we picked it up for about 10 bucks from an op shop. And in fact, we bought 2 of them because they were in a pair, and that's the way it packs up. They come with a cover, but quite high and a little bit more difficult to pack. And now we get on to a different style, which are the director's chairs. And as you can see from the tags on this fella, yet another op shop special. This one was $7. It's light, it's flat, it packs really easily. You can pack that on top of boxes, you can slide it into the side of something, and it is surprisingly stable. Just make sure that you've got a flat piece of ground. And you'd think that someone my size might feel a bit uncomfortable on this, but no, that is very strong. It feels very good. It's got plastic arms. We haven't had this very long. It's been sitting in the back of the 4x4 for quite some time. You are sitting forward, but this is a good sort of chair if you are sitting at a table having lunch or editing or doing something like that, if you've got a camera and a computer. But it is a good little chair. It's good and strong. It doesn't take up much room. And we've got a couple of these in the 4x4 that we cart around. So that's not bad at all. The front legs do dig into the sand a little bit, but then this bar here stops it from going too far. I haven't used these much yet, but from what I can see, it's a decent sturdy little chair, good and lightweight and easy to pack. The director style is a style of chair that we've stuck with for a very long time, and we've often bought the Coleman brand, and I have one of those over here. Now these, I guess, are the pick of chairs for me. I like the old Kmart one. It is comfortable, but when it comes to strength and general usability, it's really hard to beat these. This Coleman is as light as a feather. I think it's probably only 2-3 kilos, if that. As you can see, it's an all metal alloy frame, very, very strong. We've had these before. The thing that gives up on these is the seating, and that's the big problem. Keep them out of the sun as much as you can when you're not using them, but they are a damn good little chair. As I say with all chairs, get one that's got a filled in back. Do not get chairs with an open back here. You will regret it when the wind blows through and it's cold. The other thing, of course, that's useful about this is it has its own little table. That is not particularly good for coffee cups. You have to find the right size coffee cup to get in there, but it's okay for a can of beer, something like that, can of cool drink. Overall, this would be my pick of chairs because it's very light, very versatile, easy enough to pack, and I don't have any issues with the front edge of the chair digging into my legs. You can sit back quite happily on it, and I am currently imagining myself with a red back sitting there, sipping that while sitting by the side of a stream somewhere. These are generally not cheap, although we picked these up on special for about $50. We've got a couple of them. They're generally quite a bit more expensive than that, but just keep an eye out for specials if you're looking for these. And as I say, this is a Coleman. There's other styles that are similar to this that we've had that are heavy, made of very heavy metal, and this is not heavy at all. Very, very light. Now last and probably least is the one I showed you in the beginning. Now I'll steal a bit of footage from an old video we did on this, This is one of these ultralight hiking chairs. They're good for smaller people. They are useless for someone my size. They feel awful to sit in because I'm just too heavy for it. That's just goes with the territory. Other than that, they are a good strong little chair, and I'm quite surprised. They don't seem like they're strong, but they come off reasonably well. I've put these together a few times. The girls use it to sit on, and we use it quite a lot for them, but it's only just like an emergency chair. You shove it in the back of the four-wheel drive or just under the seat even, and handy to have there when you need something and haven't got anything else. Good little chair for kids too, and I'll show you a bit of video of me playing around with this from an earlier time when we actually filmed putting it together. And one last sort of chair that you might consider if you've got the space to pack it are these lounge ones. We don't like them for camping. They take up way too much room, but if you've got a lot of spare space and you want to chuck those in, they are very comfortable. They will lie flat. You can sort of turn it into a day bed, but not going to go into this one too much because it's ancient and it doesn't like to move around much anymore. It's been sitting there for years and years. We haven't taken it camping. It's just sat in the back garden, and it doesn't get used all that much, apart from when I collapse after mowing the lawn. But they are a consideration if you want something a bit more comfortable.